I have had so much trouble today, so far, just trying to figure shit out. Well, my cigar for the day is Cohiba Red Dot, and I'm not sure it's like a medium strength. Ain't nobody watching this fucker anyway, I don't care. Whatever it is. Get over here. I'm gonna watch the fucking View, believe it or not. I got some stupid shit going on here. Saw somebody else looking at it. And they got all these fucking old hags. They're, they got R.F.K. Jr.'s wife on. And I guess they're trying to give her some shit about her old man. And she just ain't fucking having it. So we'll we'll get to that in just a minute.
Out in Deadwood where the truth don't bend, I'm spinning tales in the dastardly den. With a camera and grit, I'm setting things right, shining a light on America's plight. Deadwood digs, dastardly den, my friend, where patriots fight till the bitter end. Bag of hearts burning, we're taking a stand for truth and justice across this land.
Got all the way through it, did you? Today I got the fucking View, and I hate this show. I can't stand listening to stupid people. I won't call them stupid. They're despicably devious to deceive people the way they do. Um, but this is just a ridiculous fucking thing. Um, and I just figured I'd go through it because they've got R.F.K. Jr.'s wife on here, Cheryl Hines, and she just ain't having it. So we'll go check it out, see what happens.
Cheryl Hines spent 12 seasons of Curb Your Enthusiasm as the wife turned ex-wife of a guy who was always getting into controversy, played by Larry David. But now, in her new memoir, Unscripted, she reflects on her real-life journey from Hollywood to D.C. as the wife of one of the most controversial men in American politics, Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Please.
I can tell you this, he wouldn't be controversial if he was still a fucking Democrat. Just that simple.
Welcome, Cheryl Hines.
All right, ladies.
Sorry, Cheryl, you just walked out to the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme, which I love.
Yes.
A guy, I don't remember where I saw it, but some guy called this group of hags the best fucking name I've ever heard them called. They are the menopause mafia. And if that don't perfectly fucking describe him, I don't know what does.
And so for so many years, you played the long-suffering wife, and then
Yes.
the ex-wife of the brilliant and our friend
Yeah.
Larry David, and alongside my BFF Susie Essman.
I know, I love Susie. I mean, I love Larry. I love all of them. Everybody from Curb is
And basically that part for you changed.
Wow, that's a trip, because I didn't know that was his wife. Huh. She ain't bad looking. She's another one of them liberal bitches. But she ain't having it about her husband today.
the trajectory of your career.
really did.
So tell us why you think that show resonates with so many people. It is politically incorrect a lot.
Yes, which people like.
They love. Now people want it back a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
know.
I think, Larry does that thing that you wish you could do. I was in his office once when someone called. She was on speaker and asked if he wanted to go to lunch with her. And he said, I don't think so.
That sounds like you, Joy.
Yeah.
They're actually very similar.
And,
Yeah, who in the fuck would want to have lunch with Joy? How can you be that big of a fucking hag and still keep the name Joy?
And he said, but if you want to talk about something, just tell me now. She said, no, I thought we could get together and,
Yeah.
He's like, I don't think so.
When he'd be on stage at Catch a Rising Star,
Yeah.
he'd be doing a set, and if somebody in the audience looked at them, what are you looking at watch for? What'd you even come here for today? And then he would stop the set. One time he walked off when he didn't like what they looked.
That's what I hear.
He would look at it and went, I don't think so, and he left.
So he gets to act on his impulses that we would, even if you saw somebody checking their watch, you'd be like, ooh, that's
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
But you take it and then you move on. But he's like, what are you doing checking your watch?
But the character, he's not quite like that in real life.
No.
It's an exaggeration.
It's an exaggeration.
Right.
Except when you're wanting to.
For those of you wondering how I have COPD so bad and I can still smoke cigars, first off, you don't inhale cigars. You just puff it in and blow it out. And being in a room like this, as small as you can see, okay, I have a fan right here that is blowing directly on me and blowing this shit completely away from me. So I'm not actually breathing the smoke. It's blowing all over out of the way. So just let you know.
Go to lunch with him.
He doesn't want to go to lunch with you. But I appreciate that honesty.
Me too.
I like, this is, tell it like it is.
Makes it easier.
Yeah.
It makes it easier.
Well, it was Larry David in 2005 who introduced you to your husband,
Yes.
Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yes.
And the two of you have been married for 11 years. So when he proposed to you without a ring, I think there was some Spanish moss involved.
Yes. Yes.
Is this the life you imagine? What's been the hardest part about navigating Washington and the political spotlight?
I love, is this the life you imagine? That's why I call my book Unscripted. I could not have written this story ahead of time. No, it's not the life that I imagined. And I never imagined that I would, meet Bobby Kennedy, this...
Where did you meet him?
I met him at a fundraiser for
okay.
Waterkeeper
All right.
with Larry. But not...
A fundraiser for Democrats, you can bet on that.
But it was not at all like, whoa, you
Yeah,
two.
yeah.
It was just like... this is-
Larry introduced.
Yeah. So no, I could not have imagined it. And even when I met Bobby, he was living in New York. I was living in LA. I had just been in this entertainment sort of bubble, And then I meet him, and he's...
Somebody actually says an entertainment bubble. That's what they live in. It's just a fucking bubble.
an environmental attorney and he's fascinating and he's interesting and he's smart and he's funny and completely different from anyone I had ever met in my life.
That's for sure.
I know you ladies. I know you love to talk about.
Well, we do talk about him.
I know
So
you
I'm
do.
going to ask you some questions about him. So during the last election cycle, he threw his hat in the ring to become the president of the United States. But then 16 months later, when it became clear that there was really no viable pathway forward, he throws his support behind now President Trump, because he said they aligned on many key issues, which was sort of surprising to many, certainly surprising to me, because previous to the endorsement,
Because you didn't know that Trump was a Democrat once. See, that's where these women they either didn't know it or they just fucking overlooked it. They've known Trump all through the 80s when he was a Democrat. They used to love him until he became president as a Republican.
neither of them had anything good to say about the other. And
Which, by the way, that happens in a political campaign.
Yes, it does.
All the time.
It does. But this was striking,
Okay.
given the Kennedy name and Kennedy legend with the Democratic Party. And you write in your book that friends called voicing concern, saying you can't let Bobby do this. He's going to get Trump elected. You've got to stop him. Obviously, that didn't happen. How did you feel about his decision to suspend his campaign and support Trump? And did you share any concerns that you may have had about that?
Bobby said straight up that they were at odds. His wife did not want him to do this. He said that before he became the Secretary of Health.
Well, I always share all of my concerns with my husband. I have not been a political person. I haven't posted anything on social media other than go out and vote. I never told people who they should vote for. I just said, this is important, you should vote. So with Bobby, that was a very difficult decision to make with President Trump. It was a crazy year and a half with Bobby running. And at the end of the day, President Trump and Bobby sat down and talked, and yes, they did have a lot of common goals. For instance, President Trump just passed, what's it called? Favored nations. So the drugs. So we've been paying, I don't know, twice as much, 10 times as much for pharmaceutical drugs in America than other countries have been paying. So it was very important for President Trump and for Bobby to work together and say, we're no longer doing that. Americans are not gonna pay more than other countries for our drugs.
What about access to vaccines, though?
They both want access to vaccines.
Okay.
This is also part of the discussion.
Well, Trump just got his COVID
Right.
shot the other day and the flu shot.
He actually got the coronavirus vaccine through Operation Warp Speed, one of the things I'm most proud of.
Well, right. So yes, I think a lot of people really wanted the COVID vaccine, and they were excited that it came out so quickly. Now,
So you were supportive of his decision to support Trump?
I was at the beginning. What's the word?
Obstinate.
I was guarded about it. It was complicated, right? Because it's a big change politically. He starts out as a Democrat. I started out when I first registered to vote. I registered as an independent. Through the years, I changed to a Democrat, and now I'm back to independent. So for Bobby to, in the course of a year and a half, 2 years, go from a Democrat to now working with President Trump, that's a leap.
Yeah.
Imagine that. They used to work together. Republicans and Democrats used to work together all the time. In fact, there was a time in this country when if a Democrat got elected as president, he had to have a Republican running mate. Or if a Republican ran as president, he had to have a Democrat running mate. Think about that.
But also as a leap of faith, because Bobby has a lot of supporters. He has a lot of supporters that are Republicans, Independents, Democrats.
You know, Cheryl, it's not fair
Yeah.
to really put you on the spot about
Thank
him
you.
because you're his wife. I know that. But when you say that
Mm-hmm.
they are pro-vaccine, it seems as though Bobby and Trump are casting doubt on the efficacy of the vaccine, which makes Americans very nervous. So that's the problem that we're having.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
We should be very skeptical of vaccines. We need to do research. You need to do your own damn research when it comes to these things. Find out exactly what's in them. This last one for COVID, that was put out way too soon. And that mRNA shit is devastating to people still today.
I understand that. And it's interesting because I don't know if you saw 60 Minutes just did a piece about the vaccine injury compensation program.
Yeah.
So people that have had vaccine injuries can be compensated if they can prove it. And they have paid out $5.4 billion for vaccine injuries. So my
I wonder why. Imagine that. And these old hags on here just don't want to believe that at all.
question is, can we do better? Do we?
Is that all vaccines or just the
Which
COVID
one?
vaccine?
It's all vaccine.
It's all
As far as I
vaccine.
know.
Okay,
As far as I know.
okay.
But so the question is, yes to vaccines. Yes, they are important and they are an important part of our healthcare. Can we do better? Can we make them
Yes.
safer? Can we make them? Can we listen to parents who say, "My child got the vaccine and changed, and stopped hitting markers, stopped developing the way they were developing"? Can we listen to people when they say that instead of saying,
Yeah, but yes,
you're crazy?
perhaps I
Wait,
agree
wait,
with that,
listen
but
to
you want to
science.
Go ahead,
listen. But you
Melissa.
want to
Yeah, of
listen
course.
to
Wait, wait.
scientists,
Yeah.
right?
And
No,
Cheryl,
right,
if I could
right,
ask you, and you
Listen to all that chatter. But. Would you want your doctor to listen to you? I would think so.
You are lovely
ahead.
for being here. As you know, I'm pregnant. You're a mom. You've had children.
She's
and-
pregnant?
I just wanted an opportunity to talk about it. No, I'm
Yes.
kidding. So your husband, when he announced basically that he believed he found some causal links between autism and Tylenol, it created a lot of panic in women who were being told by their OBGYNs who look at them that Tylenol, if necessary to treat pain during pregnancy, is safe. What would you say, and I know you're not a medical professional, but to women who now feel anxious and nervous because their doctor's telling them one thing, but the top public health professional is telling them something very different?
Well, they
Read the fucking bottle. It says right on the bottle, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, consult your physician before taking. That should give you all the fucking warning you actually need.
said, consult your doctor before taking it.
There you
That
go.
was that's what they were saying, and that holds. So I agree. Listen, I've been pregnant. I understand. It's stressful being pregnant. I found because you're so concerned with everything. I didn't drink caffeine when I was pregnant. So to say, hey, consult your doctor before you take this, I agree with that, and I think that's okay for moms to hear.
Cheryl?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now,
all right.
I am. This is not
Here comes the whoop. That bitch just, she irks me.
your fight, really, to be fighting.
Yeah.
This is your husband's fight.
Thank you for acknowledging that, but go ahead. But hear what we're talking about. Yeah.
I do want to say, he's not a doctor and he's not a professional.
Yes.
And oftentimes when he's talking,
Neither have many of the other heads of the health services been doctors. Listen to this.
Oftentimes when he is speaking not with the best information that we can get because, you know.
How do you know that, Whoopi? Why don't you come right out and say what information he's wrong on?
Yeah, we could do a lot better with health stuff. And there's a lot of stuff he can do. And some of the things he's suggested take it out of the hands of my doctor and me and my OBGYN and me. And I
Like what? Why don't you specify a couple of those things?
wonder, does it give you pause and are you able to say, you know, that might not actually be so, because I've got my experience and I've lived with this and I'm still here. So are you able to have those conversations with her?
Anecdotal evidence. Oh gosh, I've had experience with this and I'm still here. Well, you know, there's a lot of people been shot too and they're still here. That mean you want to get shot? I don't think so.
I am able to have those conversations. And just to be clear, 90% of secretaries of HHS have not been doctors.
But they've had a
There
science
have been
background.
3.
Yeah.
No, to be
You know
honest,
one of Obama's secretaries of HHS was an economist.
But
So
And what does that have to do with being a doctor, an economist? Gosh, being an economist, he should have said something about, man, aren't we paying too much for drugs? Wonder why that never popped up.
The majority of them that haven't had medical backgrounds have
Oh,
had
wait.
a science
Wait,
background.
don't
which
do
our husband
anything
doesn't
else.
have
Don't,
either.
don't say anything else yet.
'Cause I do
we
wanna-
have to take a break.
I want to respond to both of these coming at
Yes,
us.
You
yes.
have another segment.
We'll be
Okay,
right
yeah.
back with more with Cheryl Hines. Okay, we're back with Cheryl Hines, and we
Okay.
had to take the break because we had to go to break. But
Yes, but I just wanted to
Yes.
follow up. Because Bobby's background, everything I have seen him do, he has dedicated his career to suing big corporations because of toxins that have been affecting people's health, I should say. So, for instance, Monsanto. He was part of the team that sued Monsanto because of Roundup, a pesticide that was causing cancer.
With GMOs.
Right.
Mhm, I know that.
He sued DuPont. He sued Exxon. And he sued these companies for health reasons because they were causing health problems.
But the
for
problem, respectfully, is that your husband is the least qualified Department of Health and Human Services head that we've had in history.
I do not.
I think that's a very dangerous.
Why is he less qualified than an economist?
I think
How is
that
that
he
possible?
is less
He has
qualified.
spent his career studying toxins, studying people's health, fighting for one guy
There you
who
go.
was using Roundup for his job.
He has also spread a lot of misinformation, a lot of
Name what that is. If he's spreading all this misinformation, why don't you tell us what that is?
chaos, a lot of confusion, and I think it's just a very dangerous thing. I say it with the utmost respect.
Some of it's good and some of it's not. That's the point.
Well, listen, we all have different views here.
Yes.
And when you say, misinformation, disinformation, we could go back to COVID when...
He's connecting
when-
circumcision to autism.
May I finish?
please.
When people were saying when you get the vaccine, you cannot transmit COVID. It will stop COVID. And that was disinformation, misinformation.
we were also still learning about it. It was a novel
Right.
virus
And
we've never
everybody's-
encountered before.
right.
Because
So
now
what-
the doctors will acknowledge that.
But the doctors told you that you couldn't. They told the news stations that once you got the vaccine, you couldn't transmit it. Yeah. Old Richard Madcow. Old Rachel Maddow. Richard Madcow. Yeah.
Dr.
can't-
Fauci
but
has a
at the
medical
time, they
degree.
were censoring Bobby because Bobby said, where's the science to show us this? And there wasn't any. But people attacked him and said, you're wrong. So it's like, let's take a step back. I know that's your opinion, and that's okay.
Can we
Cheryl, one thing that I think we can all agree on, and you're a big fan of with
thank
his,
you.
is
What can we all
the
agree
MAHA
on?
movement, Make America Healthy Again. You praise your husband's campaign to make food and baby formula safer, which I think is something everyone can get on board with. Tell us about that.
Well, thank you. I am very proud of Bobby, and he has worked really hard to get a lot of, petroleum-based food dyes out of our food, which also, and finish the thought, even baby formula, now we're finding out there's arsenic, there's lead.
Oh.
So the question is, who is running HHS when they allowed lead and arsenic in a baby formula?
I want to hear the answer to this one. Must have been that economist, huh?
Is that person not
Well, two
dangerous?
wrongs don't make a right.
No, well, I'm saying Bobby is the one getting this out.
I know. Well, good for him. On
you know,
that, yeah.
Thank you.
Can we clear one thing
Well,
before you go?
Yes.
So they don't have to make any jokes about it. Does he or does he not have a brain worm?
It ate just a little bit of his brain and died, so don't worry.
Oh, it's a dead brain
What?
worm.
What died? Wait, what? The brain died? Wait, wait.
The worm
It's
died.
a callback to the campaign.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, book. You've got to read my book. It's just you will. That was just one tiny headline in a mountain of crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
So, come back.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, because we don't often get people on this show who we can ask these questions to.
No.
And I appreciate that you came on.
We'd
and
love
so
to.
I'm saying,
Yeah, I appreciate that you came on so that we could fucking pick at you and call your fucking husband a brain injury victim, and the menopause mafia, for sure. Anyway, that's it for this one. Now I get to edit it and take out all the stupid bullshit that my clicks and unclicks and back clicks and forward clicks and all the goofy shit that happened. So thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.